Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Monday, the 22nd of March. I see in the news that Turkey is pulling out of the Istanbul Convention. Wait a minute, you say? Istanbul is in Turkey. Yeah, rather ironic that. Joe Biden has been criticizing Erdogan's government, I guess, for pulling out of this convention to protect women's rights. And seems like a retrograde step, of course. I just wonder how much influence foreign leaders really have within other countries, though. Sometimes seemingly a lot. I think more in democratic-based countries, but countries with less democracy, probably foreign leaders have less influence anyway. Well, we'll see if anything happens in the future, if they decide to backtrack or not. Okay, today's Guardian Sudoku is rated as easy, so I say welcome beginners, probably. Likely to see several beginners today. If this is the first time you've played Sudoku and you're wondering what the game is about, well, let me tell you, it's a game of finding numbers, not finding Nemo. Finding numbers 1 to 9. And why should I do that, you say? Well, just because it's fun and satisfying. Really? You surprisingly retort. Yes, I say, it is. And millions would agree with me. So what we're doing here is we have a very large grid, and there are 9 squares in each column and 9 squares in each row, and we need to look for the numbers 1 to 9 in each. We need to find and place numbers 1 to 9 in each of the 9 squares in a row and each of the 9 squares in a column. But you'll cleverly see that there are also 9 divisions of this large grid, and each grid division has 9 squares, and so 1 to 9 must also appear within each section. So those are the rules of Sudoku. Nothing else really. So then we just go about using logic to try to find which numbers can be placed in what positions. And the way that we do that is by looking around the grid, which I'm doing right now, and trying to find some kind of pattern or something that can help us to decide where logically a particular number must go. And I see something, but it's okay. Let's try to start along here. So this 4 is already in this row, right? We have a 4 here. Now we have to find numbers 1 to 4. There are only 9 squares, and we have to place numbers 1 to 4. That means that the 4 cannot appear again, right? Each number can appear only once in a row. So once it's here, it can't appear here, here, or here. And the same thing over here, we have this 4, and it can't appear again in this row. So we have a kind of blocking effect. This 4 blocks here, this 4 blocks along here. So there is only 1 square left. So that means that we can put the 4 into that square, and sometimes people call them cells. And that's really what we do. Let's look along here now and see that there are 2 squares missing, 2 squares without any numbers in them. So we'll try to find out what they are. We'll count through what we have already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't yet have 7. We have 8, and we don't yet have 9. Now you'll see something. Remember, okay, so the missing numbers are 7 and 9 in this row, but you'll notice something, that in this section here we already have a 7, and there are 9 squares, meaning it can't appear again. So this 7 can't possibly be in this square here, can it? Similarly, this 9 is already in this segment here, and so this 9 couldn't appear here, could it? That means that the 7 in this row has to be here, and the 9 has to be here. I hope you got that. Okay, and let's consider along now. So we can take the 7, can't appear in this row, much like the 4 couldn't before. 7 can't appear in this row, and 7 can't appear in this column because we already have a 7 up here. So this blocking effect blocks down here, and that's our free cell to place a 7. Excuse the motorbike noise. dreadful old motorbike that one is. Okay, the 5 in this row brings along this central row in this lower, we call this a chute, but don't worry about that. Along here, blocking here, and there's a 5 in this column, down blocking this square here. So this is our 5 in this segment here. Okay, we'll take this 9 up in this column, 9 up here, and this 9 blocking across here. So you notice that it suddenly jumped up here, and that's what happens a lot of the time, is you don't focus only in one location. I think if you just kind of continue looking around here the whole time, yeah, you might find some things. In fact, I'm going to show you something in a minute, but also you need to, you know, look around the board and make sure you fill in numbers all around. I am going to show you something now because this is a slightly different idea. So there are 3 numbers missing here. Shall we find out what they are? Do we have a 1? No. Do we have a 2? No. 3, 4, 5. Do we have a 6? No. So in this segment here, the missing numbers are 1, 2, and 6. So we need to put 1, 2, and 6 in these 3 squares. But look, 1 and 2 are blocking this square here. And therefore, there is only one number left, right? If we need to put 1, 2, and 6 into here, we can't put 1 or 2 there. Then that has to be 6. So we can fill that in like so. Okay, now also kind of okay, 1 and 2 now have to appear in here now, but we don't actually know which is which. One of them's 1, one of them's 2, but we don't know which way around they go. But we do know that they have to be 1 and 2, and now that we know that, we can bring the 2 across the center row like this, and that means that a 2 cannot appear in this row again, right, because it's already here, either here or here. So that means that the 2 will have to appear in this square here, like that. So we can fill that 2 in there. Let's take this 2 that we just filled in up this column, and this 2 down this column, and see that this 2 blocks along this row, leaving only that square there as a possible location for a 2. Okay, and what else do we have? Okay, looking pretty good. So, okay, we can also find this number here by finding out the missing 3 numbers here, and then the 4th number. Okay, we have 4 squares. We can find out this number because we know what these 3 are. Even if we don't know which position they come within this row, we know what they are, because they're the 3 remaining numbers here. So we don't have a 1, 2, yes, 3, no, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 we don't have. So the missing numbers are 1, 3, and 8 along here, 1, 3, and 8. Okay, and so what number must come in here? Well, it's the others. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This has to be a 9, so we can fill in the 9 here. You could have actually just seen that there's a 9 along this row here, and seen that it fills in there because 9 blocks along this row. So that shows us that there is often more than one way to, I was going to say skin a cat, but actually I mean find a Sudoku number. This 8 down this column here, 8 down this column here leaves just that one empty square to put in an 8. The missing numbers are 1 and 3, but we don't know which is which at the moment, so we'll just leave those for now. This 3 along here, this row blocks there, this 3 along this column blocks up here. So blocking and blocking, leaving just again just a single square where we could put the 3. When we take this 3 up this column and this 3 that we just filled in up this column, we have blocking and blocking these 2 columns, and we don't yet have a 3 here, so we can fill in the 3 in that position there. There is only one number left in this column, so we must know what that is. We can find it for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no 7. So we can fill in a 7 like so. And now that we do that, we can see that there's 7 blocks along this row here, and there's already a 7 blocking this column and this column, leaving just that one square where a 7 can go. So you see, it's just a process of eliminating where things can't go to find one place where it can go. 7 across this row here, 7 across this row here, and 7 in this column blocking. So blocking, blocking, and blocking. There's only one square left where the 7 can go. I believe there's only we don't yet have a 7 in this segment up here, but we have 7s everywhere else. So if you have one digit missing from a segment like this, but you have all the other you have placed all the other digits of that number. It sounds a bit awkward, but here we're looking for 7s, right? There's no 7 here, but we've got 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. It means that you must be able to find it for sure. So we can check 7 blocking here, 7 blocking here, and 7 blocking here. Means that that's the location to put 7 in this segment. When you've got 1 left, you can always find it. All right, now we've got 8s blocking here and 8 blocking here. Okay, so you would imagine that there are 2 places where an 8 can go. And do we see any intersecting 8s? Well, no, we don't. But we do know that an 8 has to appear somewhere in these 3 squares, doesn't it? Because look, we've only got 3 left, and they're in a column, right? So an 8 will appear either here, here, or here. Can't go there, but there or there. So it will either from there or there block this column. So that cell is also blocked. So blocking, blocking, and blocking, leaving just that one location where we can put an 8. Okay. There are 3 numbers missing in this segment. They are 1, 2, and 6. We don't yet have a 1, a 2, or a 6. But look here. This 2 and this 6 are both in the same row as this empty square. So that means 2 and 6 can't be. So it has to be the 3rd number. It's got to be 1. And now that we do that, we bring that 1 just down here, and it blocks this square here. And we only had 1 or 2 to fill in here. So we can just fill in 1 and 2 now that we know what they are. Now there's only 1 number missing in this column, so we can find it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No 6 yet, so that has to go there. And there's 1 number missing here. 1, 2 we don't have yet, so we can fill in the 2 there. Now that we've done that 2, let's bring it across this row, 2 across this row, and we can fill in our 2 in that location based on the technique that we've been doing so far. And again, 2 in this column, 2 in this column, 2 here. I hope you see there's a lot of kind of repetition of technique here. Because this is the standard basic Sudoku technique that we need. Now there are many other techniques that you will need once you start to play the higher levels, but you just don't really need them much at this kind of standard beginners Sudoku. 3 across here, 3 across here, leaving that 1 space for a 3 going there. Still getting traffic noise, excuse me again. Okay, in this row here we don't yet have 4 or 8. We have 1, 2, 3, no 4, 5, 6, 7, no 8. But look, this 8 blocks this square here. So an 8 will have to appear here, and also actually the 4 blocks this square here, either from this or from this. So the 4's got to go here. So that's 4, and that's 8. Okay, what's still to do now? Okay, just looking around. As I said, don't get stuck in one place the whole time. That's not such a good idea. Okay, here we are missing 3 numbers. One of those numbers is 1, and look, there's a 1 blocking here and a 1 blocking here, and so 1 will have to come here. The other missing numbers, what are they? We have 1, 2, we don't have 3, 4, we don't have 5 yet, so 3 and 5 are the missing numbers. We have an intersecting 5 blocking that square there, so the 5 has got to go there. And the last remaining number for this row is 3, so we can fill that in. Now that we've done that, There's 3 we can bring down here. There's 3 down here. You know, you see how it's fitting in very nicely. This is the pleasure of Sudoku for those of you just beginning and wondering what it's about. You know, finding these patterns for yourself. I don't think it's a spectator sport, really. It's something you enjoy trying and succeeding at. There's a 4 in this row here and a 4 in this column here, leaving just that square there as a 4. And when we count through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we don't yet have a 6 in this column, so we can fill in 6 there. This 6 blocks this square here, and we don't yet have a 6 in this segment, so we can fill in 6. And when we count through, we'll find 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the last number. Okay, like so. Now there's only one number missing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No 5 yet, so let's put in the 5. One number missing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's an 8, so we can put our 8 in here. And one number missing down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't have a 6 yet, so we can put a 6 in there. And one number missing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's an 8. Put the 8 in here. Two numbers missing here are 4 and 6 in this segment here, but look, this 6 very close by means that that has to be the 6 and that has to be the 4, which is the last number there. Almost finished the puzzle now. It's getting close to completion. What 2 numbers are we missing here? 1, 2, 3 we're missing, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3 and 9. 3 and 9 are missing from this top row. We have an intersecting 3 here and intersecting 9 here, so the 9 goes here and the 3 goes here. Okay. 2 numbers are missing here. Is that going to help? What numbers are missing here? 1 and 4. Yeah. Okay, so two numbers are missing here. 1 and 4 we don't yet have in this column, but look, there's a 4 already here. So a 4 can't go here because it's within this segment, right? So that's got to be our 1, that's got to be our 4. One number left to get here. 1, 2, we don't yet have a 3, let's put that in. Okay, just 4 spaces to fill now. Which numbers are missing here? 1 we don't yet have, and 5 we don't yet have. But there's a 5 here blocking, so the 5 must go here, the 1 must go here. Missing 2 numbers here are 1 and 9. This 1 blocks there, and the last remaining number is 9. Satisfaction. Satisfaction at having completed a puzzle, and I hope it's given you some enjoyment. Your first ever Sudoku puzzle completed. Please try other easy level puzzles. Please subscribe to the channel and watch a few more easy ones if you are an absolute beginner. And try some medium ones too, and you'll see some more useful techniques that we use. And work your way up and find some of the more advanced logic. I tell you that it's worth it. It's really a fun thing to do. That's it for today. Please subscribe to the channel as well and get as many daily videos as you like. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow, I hope. Bye.